Ladies and gentlemen, your hero has arrived again. I am your host, Joe Madness, and welcome to the Madness Wrestling Report. I am today joined by Mr. SG3,
What's going on, guys? It's a daily dose of vitamin C, me, SG3.
and I am joined by,
Hello, everybody. I am the oldest man of the game. I'm Old Man RJ.
and there you go. Let's kick it off to the report, the Madness Report, I tell you. So, first off, King of the Ring prediction, guys, men and women. Let's start off with the women, exactly. So, who do we have left? We have Lyra Valkyria versus Io Sky. And then in the other side, we have Nia Jax versus Bianca Belair. Interesting. Now we're down to a couple left, down to four. What do you guys think? What are you guys' prediction at this point? Do you see Valkyria beating Io Sky, or do you see Io Sky coming out victorious and getting her back into that title scene once again?
I think right now Lyra is gonna surprise everybody. So I feel like Lyra is gonna beat Io,
Really?
and I feel like Bianca's gonna lose to Nia,
Nia, yeah.
and I think it's gonna be Nia Jax and Lyra going at it at the King Queen for the crown.
So, like I always say, you do need a face, you do need a heel. WWE's a little bit old school in that way. So I do see you need a face, you do need a heel. You really don't see face versus face in the company. Nah, not at all. So it does make sense. But then again, Io Sky is a heel.
And a very big one too
Yeah.
for the company right now.
Yeah, so it could also see Io Sky winning, and we could also see Bianca Belair winning.
And there'll be a championship rematch right there between both of them.
Yep. And that'll be interesting to see a little rematch, little grudge match, you know. What do you think, SG3?
Honestly, I'm going to sit here and say Bianca wins
Okay.
and then Nia wins because I feel like they're trying
They're
to.
facing each other.
Yeah.
So you won't pay attention to this.
It's all good.
So it's gonna be Nia Jax versus Bianca Belair.
And then Valkyria versus Io Sky.
So Bianca versus Io.
Yeah.
Why not? Continue the rivalry.
Yeah.
That's what I say. I say it makes sense. Grudge match, little rematch.
And probably with Bianca's leg and all that whole story of her leg being in pain, SummerSlam.
It really catapulted to SummerSlam because you know what, you beat us for the title. Now it's our turn to take back what's ours.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be that should be like a focus on it.
And even though Asuka is out, damage control is still hot.
Yeah.
Damage control is still the best thing on Raw. And honestly, dude, because of the draft, I think Raw did come out dominant on this one, drafting damage control.
It really did.
Yeah, so I really think Io Sky is going to take it. I would like to see that rematch. I don't mind seeing Nia Jax in the title. I mean, not title scene, Queen of the Ring. Queen of the Ring. Sorry.
I feel like I used to badmouth her, you know? I would say it because of all the things that she did, like people she injured carelessly and all that. But I feel like she's actually living up to being a real proper wrestler now.
Well, I feel like she left, she trained, she did lose a lot of, like a couple of pounds, which has nothing to do with appearance, but it's more of her trying to be able to do more maneuvers, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
So she has been a lot safe workers, and she's actually been a lot more entertaining to watch.
And that's why I feel like she's getting that
push.
I think is the push that she kind of like deserves nowadays.
Yeah.
And I think this is a good push for her to, you know, she's supposed to be this dominant woman. Why not with that knee that Bianca Belair is complaining about right now?
Yeah.
Nia could say, oh, well, I beat you. But Bianca could go on now telling everybody, well, she beat me because I had a bad knee.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I don't know about you guys, though, but I do love seeing Nia wrestle. Like, she's just very entertaining. She plays up to the crowd. You know, she's like that old school heel. Jade's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, dude.
Jade's daughter just played into it too.
It's just everything. Your mom sucks. No, she doesn't.
I mean, I can tell you this, dude. Nia's been on fire, man. She is really a good heel.
She's picked up on. I think she's more like the anti-hero though, because some people love her, some people hate her. You know, some people are like, I like what she's doing, I don't like what she's doing. So she's like the anti one. You don't know which way you want to go with her.
Yeah,
and it makes sense. Like if you're gonna put the crown on somebody, you're either gonna go with Lyra because she's new and you want to put on somebody who's just beginning to come up, or you're gonna put it on Nia, who has been gone, coming back, and she could use that crown as a push for herself.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing that, But then again, at the same time, you still got Io, you still got Lyra,
You got
and you got
Bianca.
Bianca. It's a tough sell.
Yeah.
I'll be real. At first I didn't think about it. I thought obvious would be like Bianca or
Jade. I had Jade in my
well,
mind.
Jade, yeah, personally, but at the same time, I think they're trying to like slowly build up Jade to that
And
picture.
probably not make it too boring where everything's predictable for her.
Yeah, because okay, so put it this way: when she was in AEW, she went for the title scene pretty quick, and
Really quick.
yeah, and rightfully so, because she did look the part. They did push her like a monster. So when she debuted, she went into that Shaquille O'Neal, versus Cody Rhodes feud that they had going on. And then from there, she got pushed to the top, rightfully so. So why copy that? Why mimic it? It worked. Doesn't mean it's going to work again. You're going to get the fans eventually bored of her, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
So better off just slowly build her up, man. Take your time. Ain't nothing wrong. Everything's fine. Everything's perfect right now.
I like the fact that she's accepting it. So even she said her like, y'all can say what y'all want about my career, but understand where I was. Now look at where I'm at now.
Right. And now that I think about it, I could actually see Nia winning because Bianca has the belt, has the women's tag. Nia doesn't have anything, so I could see her moving forward and then seeing the victor from Valkyria or Io Sky moving on and facing her.
And don't forget one thing that we all are forgetting. How did Nia defeat Jade Cargill? By DQ.
Yep.
She did
So
by DQ. Absolutely.
I feel like Jade is gonna cost Bianca the match.
Yeah, I could see that.
But they're still champions though.
Yeah, they are, but DQ, Jade could come in and do something to Nia. Referee catches it and says, "Okay, that's it, DQ.
It's over."
And it builds that. It can start building that little like rivalry between
little
Bianca and Jade.
intense.
Yeah.
Like be like, don't worry about it. I forgive you.
Mhm.
But then in the back of her head, like, really, like, yeah, like I'm gonna watch
you couldn't beat her. You couldn't win the Queen of the Ring, so you had to cost me mine.
Yeah, take my spotlight from me. Yeah.
So I feel like this is perfect for Bianca to start turning into the heel.
And I think she'll play a great heel. I really do. I mean, God, she looks the part. And honestly, oh, dude.
She's got the mic skills.
Yeah, she got the hair. Alrighty, guys. So let's move on to the men's section. Let's move on to first match. This is actually one of my favorites, even though we did see a rematch. Jay versus Gunther. Who do you got? You got Yeet. What about you? No Yeet?
I'm gonna have to go with Gunther.
No Yeet.
No Yeet.
No Yeet.
Reason why I feel like Gunther is gonna do it because he had the biggest Intercontinental Championship run in history.
He was built like a monster.
Yeah, he surpassed the Honky Tonk Man.
Yeah.
Thank you,
What
Santana Morella.
I was like, all right, I was gonna say, what were we going there for?
He surpassed the Honky Tonk Man in this reign. So why not give him something to solidify the fact that he is this monster in the company?
Dude, I mean, since Brock left, honestly, dude, Gunther's been on fire. He's been a badass. Yeah, why not? Why not push him to the top, man? At this point, I mean, who was the last King of the Ring winner? Was that Baron Corbin?
Xavier Woods, no?
It was either Xavier Woods.
Corbin.
It was Corbin. Yeah,
it was Xavier then Corbin.
But look at them both, man. It's been a joke. It's that whole crown has been a joke.
Yeah.
So why not have Gunther win and bring back that charismatic part of King of the Ring? Bring back that Stone Cold Steve Austin type of vibe.
The Triple H one when he became king. I mean, put importance to what that crown was back in the day.
Back in the day,
said you're building a new star.
Yeah.
This is the guy that you could build it with.
This is your world champion right here. Yeah. Your future.
I feel like he already has it though. So this is my thing. I feel like he already has it. He already had like the last spot with Cody the year before.
Yeah.
Won an Intercontinental title. Had a hell of a run. Better than anyone we've seen in recent years.
Who did he beat for the IC belt?
I believe he actually beat Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah.
Okay. He beat Shinsuke. And then he just took it off into a whole new height. So at this point, it's like you have something there. And don't get me wrong. It would be awesome to see him at least get to where he's at right now. However, you have a story that's being built. That's where I'm going with it.
With the Heat?
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, and nothing to take away from Jey Uso. I just don't see him as the guy yet. He's more of a mid-main event guy and a top mid at best.
It's you know what though? It's at this point, his merchandise is selling. Fans are loving his entrance. Fans are going everywhere with it. Like everywhere you go, it's like we're all yeeting, literally. It's like I am even wearing the yeet, but it's like you're doing it, you're having fun with it, you're enjoying it. It's something that you haven't seen. I think the last time you have something like this was about Rusev Day.
LLA night. Yeah, it's the same thing, bro. Like, I'm not trying to be bogus. I do like Jey Uso. I'm a big fan. Don't get me wrong. I'm also a big fan of LA Knight. But it's just the same thing we've seen years after years after years. And you're right. It could be like Rusev Day. It could be like, who else? I mean, it's in Damian Sandow. There's a bunch of guys we can name off right now, but let's not get into that.
R-Truth for the longest time.
R-Truth. It's just like we've seen this, bro. And don't get me wrong, I do want to see Jay in the title scene. I just don't think right now it's the time.
That's what I'm saying. He's not going to be in the title scene. You're not making him a title, but you're still giving him something.
Yeah.
So you're still putting him out there. And you're still making him like, you know what, guys, we haven't forgotten about this guy because they still haven't forgotten really about LA Knight. They're still trying to make him like that one guy like, hey, I'm coming up. Yeah, I'm going to go against everything. I'm going to fight every single obstacle that's in my way, and I'm going to come up to the top. And when he wins it, we're all going to cheer.
Yeah, but I just don't think it's his time, man. Like, you got Gunther still as a monster heel, and if he loses, that takes away that type of special aura.
It depends how he loses, though.
And how would look? Okay, so put it this way: how would that be then?
Let's put it. You go with a turnbuckle hit or something like that, or a chair shot or whatever, or someone comes out and takes out Gunther. It could be Ilja. It could be. I could start a rivalry because they've been trying to like steam up that little boat for quite some time now. It had some wars in NXT. They had some wars overseas.
And I could see that, but I don't know, man. I just don't see that.
Dude, people were so excited that it could have happened in this tournament. They're like, dude, this is the moment you're looking for in semifinal.
Okay.
Ilja versus Gunther.
The only issue I have is that he just recently lost to Sami Zayn. Give him 2 big losses back to back. You're losing steam.
You're not giving him 2 losses back to back. So at this point, you already have him win. You already had him win a couple of times. You had him beat who did he recently beat? I haven't been keeping up with the tournament.
Completely, I haven't.
He beat Kofi. Before that, he beat
Dragunov.
Yeah. So again, he's beating people. He hasn't just all right, cool. So it hasn't been like a typical WWE run where it's like you lose one, another one, win 2, lose 1. It's been more like all right, cool. You're still that monster. They still have to take you out to the top time.
Okay, and I get that, but the thing is, you still lost your big title, which is the Intercontinental.
Not just that. Here's one thing we're missing out on.
What?
Jay being king would take him off of a story that's happening
for the bloodline, which I was going to go to right now.
It's not, dude.
I feel like it will because have Jay lose because of the fact that
get screwed over, really.
Because of the promo that what's his name said.
Yeah.
This group is only for winners.
Yeah.
With Jay losing, they could do a whole promo about how this is why Jay doesn't belong in the bloodline.
Yeah. So put it this way, I'm not saying I don't want to see it. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I think Gunther's gonna win again, and they're gonna push him because at this point you lost your Intercontinental Champion, your big title, and if you keep losing your big wins, it doesn't matter who you beat in the process. When it comes to shove, you're losing. You're losing steam. Now you're basically doing what they did to Braun Strowman, years back. Brodus Clay, like all your big monsters, just losing the steam. Now, can Jay lose and still be successful? Of course.
I feel like that's what's gonna happen. Yeah. Because we all forget that Jay can lose, but he can still come out and win the championship. Look at Rob Van Dam, who lost to Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
At the finals, and he still went on to beat John Cena later on for the championship.
Years later he did actually. Yeah.
And I think this, in my mind, I think Gunther needs this more because the fact that he lost the Intercontinental title, but you still need to build this guy up.
And so you're right.
And then Imperium would be a good way to have him now come out with the same promo that he has, but now they're not just going to call him Gunther; they're going to call him King Gunther.
King Gunther would sound pretty good. King Jay would sound good.
Yeah.
Now we'll go back to this. We'll rewind this back. Let's go to the next one. Tonga versus Orton. Now, predictions, guys. Now, let's just say this. You go for Jay, right?
Yeah.
Do you see Tonga winning?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me why though.
Because you already are setting up for a big SummerSlam match.
Okay.
Think about that. They're talking about new bloodline versus old bloodline.
Right.
They've been talking about it for a while. It's been steaming. It's been sitting in that pot for a while now. At this point, you have Tonga win. Final's going to be Tonga versus Jay.
Okay.
They're going to old bloodline or new bloodline is going to come out trying to screw out Jay.
The Civil War. Yeah.
And here comes Jimmy.
Right.
Jimmy makes that appearance that we've been waiting for him to come back. Because remember, they're not taking the shot at Jay. They're taking the shot at Jimmy.
At Jimmy at the moment, yeah.
So that all shot is all to Jimmy right now. And Jimmy's going to come back and say, yo, y'all didn't want to see me. Cool, I'm still back with my brother now.
Yeah. I can see that. But
at this point, dude, what else can you give to Orton? Orton's got everything in that company.
Yeah, but he's not going to win King of the Ring.
I feel like Orton has to lose.
Yeah. So put it this way. We got to chat real quick. Hello, all. Angela, hello.
Hello, Angela.
Good to see you. Thank you very much. So put it this way. Orton's not going to win King of the Ring. But I think he's going to advance because the reason why you need a face versus a monster heel, you need Gunther versus Orton to happen, man. Because let's put it this way. If you want someone to push Gunther to the top, who's your top guy in WWE right now?
Cody Rhodes.
And besides Cody Rhodes. It's really Orton at this point. Like years past, I mean, like, yeah, Cena's gone, everybody else is gone, but it's really Orton at this point. And here's one key figure. Have you not noticed that Orton keeps grabbing his back after matches, during matches? Yeah, he's been playing that injury pretty well so far. So let's put it this way. Why not put Gunther versus Orton at the main event of King of the Ring and have Gunther just break his freaking back? Play up to that injury. Make him look like a monster and defeat the Legend Killer himself. Defeat the Viper himself. What a win would that be?
It's kind of like when freaking, what's his name? Brock beat Hulk Hogan. That was a big name for Brock in those days.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2002, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I personally think that might happen, but could I see Jay versus Tama Tonga? Yeah.
That's the thing about this right now. The thing I like about this year's King of the Ring is like you can have either or can happen. You can have Jay versus Tama, or you can have Gunther versus Randy Orton.
But what about Jacob Fatu?
You think he'll probably make an appearance?
Could be.
Could.
At some point, don't you think he might appear maybe against Jay? No, I don't worry.
No.
Jay. I think against Jay.
Victory?
Yes.
I feel like he's gonna do something there with the new bloodline for that specific reason. Because like we're the new guys.
Yeah.
We have now Tama, we have me, and we have Solo. Nothing but big, just strong man. Just honestly, they're just nothing but muscle, nothing but power. What do you guys have? You bring in Jacob, and out of blue, here comes back Roman.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, that's the thing, though. When are they going to bring out the rest of the guys? Is my question.
I think they're building it little by little. Like you don't want to have them all appear at once because then it kind of kills the idea of the story.
Yeah, because we still got one brother left from the
New Japan.
Hayaloa. Yeah, there we go. I always have a hard time pronouncing that. Hayaloa. He's 6'8". He's a monster type of dude. Imagine him coming in and interfering in one of these matches. His contract is about to expire pretty soon, actually. So it'll be kind of badass to have Haku's sons in one side and then have, of course, Rakishi's sons in the other.
Yeah.
And the only one that stays with Haku's sons is one of Rikishi's youngest,
which would be Sokoa. Have you guys not liked his new suit? The new way he looks, like his new attitude, bro. He's really trying to play that part. Like I seen him on SmackDown, like the way he looks. I'm like, damn, this guy is starting to get into character finally. Now we haven't really seen him speak so much since NXT, so it's kind of nice for him to finally grab the mic and start talking away, start trying to play into that Roman Reigns type of character with Paul Heyman.
That's what I like about him. That he's not following in his brother's steps, like talking like his brothers or anything. He sounds more like a Roman Reigns dominant villain type of stuff.
Yeah,
that's what he's been built as. He's been built like from the moment he came in. You're bulldog. You're the kind of bull where you see red, you want to take it out. Let's go ahead and go.
And they've been pushing it to the point where they even said at WrestleMania or in other pay-per-views, this is the next head of the bloodline. This is the next. He's being.
Pushes that.
Yeah.
He's head of the table.
Oh yeah. I mean, dude, when the dude came out on Friday, I was like, at first I've been kind of concerned because I'm like, can Sikoa really survive? Can he really be the next main event type of guy? Because put it this way, if Jacob Fatu comes, whether he aligns himself with the bloodline or not, I mean, let's put it this way, between old and new, if he aligns himself either one, it's bad. It's bad for Sikoa. Because put it this way, Jacob Fatu is very charismatic. He's a freaking great wrestler. He's going to take that spotlight away from Sikoa. Let's just put it that way. So Sikoa had to step up his game. And that was my worry. I'm just like, how is Sikoa going to survive against Jacob Fatu? He's not. Their fans are going to go cheering for Jacob Fatu most of the time. And Sikoa is going to get lost in that shuffle.
Well, but Jacob Fatu is actually the one pulling the strings behind everything.
So you're saying he's the pretty much the
creative of the creative?
Yeah. No, I mean for the bloodline, like
the head of the table, really.
The new head of the table.
There's many ways this go about, and that's the thing with the bloodline. We don't know what's gonna happen.
No,
as years come, we've seen the craziest amount of shit happen between the storyline, and it's just crazy. But it gives me hope seeing him on Friday coming out in that red suit. I seen pictures of him getting compared to the Weeknd, which was funny.
They say weekend,
which is funny. It's hilarious, but he's bringing that charismatic, bro. Like when he started talking, I'm like,
if people are making memes of you, it works.
It works. You're working. You're doing something good.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Chris Jericho. Years later, we still make memes about this guy.
Yeah.
But I like it. I do like it. I just don't see. I don't know. In the perfect world, bro. Honestly, I would like to see Jay versus Tama Tonga. But they really want Gunther to be the head guy, and Orton would be a perfect guy to get put over. Personally, and Orton has been showing that back injury constantly. There's been pictures, have been worrisome about him, always holding his back. Why not just get destroyed? Why not have Gunther destroy him, and that's it? While at the same time, you could screw over Jay, and then Orton could win clean thanks to the help of Jay, since Jay kind of owes him one. Yeah. So, but hey, anything could happen. In the end of the day, your predictions could be right. And then later on, you could be like, bam, I got you guys. Hey, in the end of the day, though, it's our opinions, it's our predictions. There's no right, there's no wrong.
Until it's all said and done.
Exactly. Until we finally get them results. Alrighty, let's move on to the next topic. We actually got too long into that topic.
Yeah, man, 22 minutes.
Hey, I mean, we got a lot to talk about tonight. USA adds an extension to the Raw deal. 25 mil to be exact. So put it this way, what that means is, they were about to expire actually in September.
Yeah.
So all they're doing is just adding them pretty much until January.
Until Netflix takes over.
Yep. So Netflix takes over live events with Raw premiering every Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever they want to choose. Because if you not noticed, they never said it was going to be Monday Night Raw. They just said Raw.
True.
Yeah. So that's another topic to talk about.
USA is also bringing in SmackDown.
Yep. So they're trading away, basically. So USA is getting rid of Raw, and they're bringing in SmackDown. That doesn't mean SmackDown has to be on Fridays either.
No.
It could be back on Thursdays, Tuesdays.
It could be Monday.
It could be Wednesdays.
And there's that whole thing about probably USA and Netflix merging into a whole entire streaming service with other companies, I think, joining in.
I don't know
like
about
Peacock,
that. Maybe that's something because I really have no idea. Yeah. But sticking around this, though, it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen to that date. Because in the end of the day, we're used to having Raw on Mondays. Let's just say they move into a different date. Not only that, but let's say when they move to Netflix, do you think they're going to drop in ratings? Or you think this is going to increase?
I think it'll increase because, one, you have a lot more people catching on to the streaming service.
That is true.
Raw could drop any day, like you said. But the thing is, now it's streaming. You could watch Raw any day.
If you guys been keeping up on ratings for Raw and SmackDown's been being Raw constantly.
I mean, but it's been a while that they've been doing it.
Yeah.
And it's not like something that's just brand spanking new. Oh, man, it's been going on for a while now.
For a while. So do you think that's the reason why they're trying to move away from, TV broadcasts, like at least for like let's test the waters, dip our toes into Netflix.
I think this is more let's dip our toes because when they did their own thing, it wasn't one of those like cool, we're gonna also stream here. It was just like only some pay-per-views.
Right.
The whole WWE network, and we saw how that ended up, which was good. Now at this point, if they're really trying to keep expanding themselves and keep growing, I can see how they're like dropping more F-bombs and more just curse words and like type of matches in Raw than they are in SmackDown.
Right.
So you want that TVMA deal where, you know what, dude, we're not going to be blurred out anymore.
But
we're not going to be us because you have The Rock, who's more for Raw than he is for SmackDown. He always try to appear more on Raw.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing that I'm kind of confused because I don't know if you've seen like, oh, the PG era is over now. TV 14 is back. But here's
chill.
Yeah, like here's the thing. You still have a toy deal to make with Mantel.
Yeah.
It's like, and they're required to have PG ratings. I mean, yeah, you see it right there. I mean, don't see that spot. Just see this spot. That's their product, all right? But regardless, you still have a toy deal, and obviously they want to keep it PG because Mattel is a family toy company. So it'd be a bad idea to start throwing a bunch of curse words out there.
I think that's why it's like they're moving to that aspect of Netflix. Because it's like, look, y'all, we're doing this now, and they knew about it.
Yeah.
So it's like they knew what was coming, and you know what? If you guys want to keep that's why I think they're keeping SmackDown on TV along with NXT. Because like, look, you know what? We have this for like the older people who, again, like us, who grew up with it, who are used to the curse words, who are used to the blood and stuff like that. That's more for this. If you guys as adults want to watch this, then cool.
Okay.
But now for the kids, we're still going to keep you guys over here on SmackDown and NXT.
So what you're saying,
why? Yeah.
Family-wise, go to SmackDown. You want to see some older type of, adult content, attitude era type of stuff, ruthless aggression, come on Netflix.
Because look at the lineup on who's on SmackDown, who's on Raw. SmackDown, you have Cody Rhodes.
Okay.
You have Jade Cargill, I believe, Bianca Belair.
Mm-hmm.
You have everything that was built in those 80s and 90s style, where like early 80s, early 90s, where everything's more family friendly. You had those type of wrestlers on that brand.
Yeah.
Bailey.
Oh yeah.
On Raw, you have Damage Control that can now play a better role with Dakota Kai, who I feel like her talking on the mic is about to get unleashed more.
You not notice her match ended in a DQ, which they're trying to save her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're trying to protect her because they want to build her as the next top star.
And pretty much she can be. I mean,
she does have.
Holy cow!
Yeah. But
then who else is on Raw? CM Punk. Imagine
Drew McIntyre.
Imagine Seth Rollins.
Oh yeah.
Now Seth Rollins you got a glimpse of it when Seth Rollins was flicking off CM Punk at Survivor Series.
Oh, I was there for that, man. I was there for that event. Goodness.
So I feel like that's what they're doing is they want to have Attitude Era on one side, 80s rock and roll style, family friendly on the other.
Yep.
And it helps. It'll make everybody happy in a way.
And then you have your developmental area, which is NXT.
Yeah.
And that's why they're on CW.
Yeah, which is more like they'll probably experiment in either side, because NXT has always been that way. Little family friendly, but at the same time, like hardcore type of scenes, your AEW type of scenes, your niche audience. So it's a good mix of formula if they go that way. Now, we're not WWE, so we don't know their ideas.
No.
But
we can speculate.
And as fans, that's what we do best. Let's speculate away. And let's just hope for the best, because honestly, I like that idea. I really do. I'm going to hold my fingers crossed, guys. I don't know about you, but let's just hope for the best in the near future.
It would be funny, though, if when they bring Raw to Netflix, and they still have commercial breaks.
No, they are.
That would be great, yes.
No, they are actually. That's actually been known that they are going to still have commercial breaks. Yes. It is part of the live TV, which they would have the commercial breaks. I would personally like to see The Rock start off Monday Night Raw on Netflix.
Just give one curse word. Just go ahead, just drop it.
Yeah, just open it up.
The final boss is effing here. Oh, right, we're good now.
Yeah, let it be known that we mean business on Netflix.
Well, one question though. What does that do to the pay-per-views? Is that going to Netflix now, or is that sticking with Peacock?
Nobody knows, really.
Yeah.
No. No.
I think, dude, if I'm not mistaken, though, Peacock bought them for, I
Pay-per-views.
think, to like 2030, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. They
So-
went deep, dude, with that purchase.
So good point. So here's the thing, though, content-wise, that all stay in Peacock. Like,
I'm guessing if
Yeah.
they, I feel like the library stays with Peacock.
The library and the PLD stay with Peacock, but the Raws jumped to Netflix.
so that's the
Starting
thing.
in 2025, though.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you guys, but I used to watch the network back in the day. They did a better job on products than Peacock does today. Peacock is horrible.
I still love the network because they had
Yeah.
a Legends House on it.
Oh, dude, that
He
was
had
the shit.
the
Drive Along?
cartoon.
Yeah, the cartoon.
I
Yeah.
used to love the Camp WE.
Table of Three.
Table 3 was always good. I love
dude.
that, like
And
when
it-
they did the Scott Hall one was in it.
Yeah, and it just kept replaying.
Yeah.
Like all these pay-per-views and all this stuff. It was just insane. It was a lot better than Peacock. Peacock doesn't even improve on anything. If anything, they censored more of the product.
But I feel like all that is again based on Vince McMahon having to pay out of pocket to all these people he owes.
Mm.
So I feel like he lost because how are you gonna lose a big brand that you're charging people $9.99 a month, and how many people were subscribing to it, and at the end say, oh well, we're selling it now to Peacock where you only had to pay $5.99.
I think they raised it up.
They did know?
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
I think
Yeah.
they're starting to raise
That's
it up
right.
to like $8.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know about that. I don't pay for it like that. So that's another conversation.
But either way, something we're going to monitor, something we're going to talk about again in the Madness Report. Otherwise, let's move into the next topic. Uncle Howdy has made an appearance on Twitch, guys. 55-minute video. I did not see it because I was at work.
I didn't even know about it until you brought it up. I'll be honest with you.
It was on Thursday.
There's this girl. She's a therapist that went missing apparently or something like that, right?
And Bray Wyatt. Yeah, when Bray
Yeah.
Wyatt was around.
And
yeah.
she was like doing therapies with him at the moment when he
Mhm.
became the Fiend.
And then all of a sudden she disappeared.
So now in the new episode on Twitch, they show her and she's doing this home interviewing thing or whatever the therapist does, a therapy session.
Yep.
And all you hear is scribbles, like hard scribbles from the person who she's talking to. He doesn't reply to her. All you hear is
Scribble, scribble, scribble.
scribbling like crazy. So now people are wondering, okay, that has to be Uncle Howdy that she's talking to.
Mm-hmm.
So then they say that at the end of this whole video, she showed them like a piece of paper, like they're here or something like that. So I guess she's referring to the 6.
Yep.
Now, at the end of it all, they show a little glimpse of a new mask that Uncle Howdy's bringing in.
Oh, man. I smell that cooking.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the mask has shades. Like you can't really see it because it's all like that old school black and white with the little like old school TV type of thing where it's all like how do you say it? Like static.
Staticky.
Yeah. But if you make out the mask has part of Uncle Howdy, not the hat no more, and the mouth of the Fiend.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Well, are we looking at a fusion here?
Yeah, I'm thinking that whatever Uncle Howdy's doing, he's actually fusing the Fiend into himself.
So he's basically saying like he has the soul of the Fiend, but he's still Uncle Howdy, and he's creating a new monster that's going to be unleashed. Yeah, so they're finally going to let him in. So in that case, dude, it's the Wyatt 6 coming out. Yeah. So have you guys heard rumors who's going to be on the Wyatt 6?
Well, here's the funny part. I want to interrupt real quick. On the video, on one of the shelves, they showed a Pokemon. The Pokemon was of Eevee.
Oh. Okay.
So anybody know why there's an Eevee there?
Because it could evolve into so many evolutions. It has so many evolutions.
Yeah.
Not just that, Matt Hardy and Rebby Sky have a daughter named Eevee.
Ah,
Sure
interesting.
They also do.
That's a good Easter egg. Huh.
Yeah. So people think that that's a Easter egg to one of the Wyatt 6 might be either Matt or even Jeff Hardy, both of them together.
So, I mean, that's a good point. I don't know if you heard the other guys. We have Dexter Loomis, who hasn't appeared on TV in quite a while.
Oh, remember, he used to be good known as a kidnapper.
Yep, exactly.
So it might be why the therapist is missing is Dexter Loomis might have taken her.
Mm-hmm. Good pickup on there.
And he was doing that for a little bit when he came back.
Yep.
Yeah.
When he came over to Raw against The Miz, he had kind of like did like that little press but they took it away.
Yeah. And then you have his partner himself, Eric Rowan. Remember him? He was part of it, and unfortunately, he's kind of the surviving last of Bray Wyatt, like the original Bray
The
Wyatt.
three.
Yeah, because in the original the three, you had him, Brody, and of course Bray Wyatt himself. So he's actually the original three and the last surviving member. So of course you got to bring him on.
Yeah.
And I mean, he did quit his independent scene to come sign a contract and actually train in development currently right now. So obviously that's a given. So we also have Nikki Cross apparently going to make her appearance, which I think she's a good fit. I really do think she's a good fit because she has that lunatic vibe towards her. If you take away her superhero gimmick, which was complete shit.
That was still fun though.
It was funny, but I wasn't a big fan of that.
Nobody was.
Nah.
And
But
people were calling for her to be the sister Abigail back in the day.
yeah, they were actually.
Remember?
But yeah, and then we also have Alexa Bliss eventually making her return.
What if Alexa Bliss is the one? You have Howdy, okay.
Howdy.
But what if she's the one that's actually pulling? She's the new leader of the White Six.
Ooh, pulling the strings, huh?
Yeah.
I mean,
because she was controlled by Wyatt.
She was,
but then at WrestleMania, she's the one that controlled Wyatt at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she showed up with that new mask and everything.
Yeah, I tried to erase that WrestleMania moment, just like a lot of Bray Wyatt's WrestleMania moments, unfortunately. God, that man had a bad WrestleMania moments throughout his career.
What did he win? He only won
the Cena match.
No, he also won that one thing with what's his name, with Matt Hardy. They won this Battle Royal.
Yeah, but I mean,
other than that, I mean, he was like in a major losing streak every year.
Every WrestleMania.
It wasn't just that. It was also the fact that they didn't give him anything to do.
Yeah.
If you think about it, his one quote unquote big match against Randy, the projector that did the worms, that did the maggots and everything.
Horrible.
So, yeah, that's what I'm like.
Actually, he had two big matches. That Fiend one was supposed to be like a revenge match over Orton. I felt like he was supposed to get the win, but Vince was like, no.
No, I don't like that guy.
Yeah.
That's not for real. Yeah, that's what he said. I don't like that guy. No, Orton.
Protect my boy.
Yeah. We also got one guy that's also rumor, NXT's own Joe Gacy. I don't know if you follow him, but people call him the next Bray Wyatt. He's also been the leader of the Skimmers. I can't pronounce that. But he's also the leader of that at some point.
You got Joe, you have Eric Rowan,
Dexter Lumis, Nikki Cross, and Alexa Bliss.
And Matt Hardy.
That's the Wyatt Six, and then Bo Dallas.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he's like the leader of the ring.
Yeah. I mean, that's a crazy group at that point, man, dude. Like that, they all fit perfectly in there.
There we go.
Honestly, when they're gonna debut, I don't know, man. I thought they were gonna debut last pay-per-view, but we didn't see that.
I think because they're still developing everything. You wanna this whole thing that they're doing, the Wyatt messages and all that, like
the cryptic messages.
I think they wanna keep making
building it up.
Yeah. To the point where you finally do it. But sadly, what I'm afraid is, okay, the minute it debuts, are you gonna have a Shockmaster moment again?
When you go through the wall, Bo Dallas. Oh, what happened, guys?
Listen, this is my fear.
Yeah.
No, not to anybody. I swear I'm not trying to be petty with the comment, but I hope they don't come out at King of the Ring.
All right, why not?
That's a very lackluster crowd.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not trying to be mean, but there is not a lot of oomph there. I would prefer them at a SummerSlam. I would prefer them, even in France. That would have been badass in France, man. In France, the way the crowd was rolling that day, you could have brought him out, man. The crowd would have ate that alive.
That's what I said. The last pay-per-view, I'm surprised they didn't come out. Personally, they're gonna have to come out. They're gonna have to start a feud right away, right? How about this? Judgment Day's been growing. They got Carlito in. Maybe they get another member. How about Judgment Day versus the Wyatt Six? How about the Wyatt Six clean up WWE? Goes after the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
That would be badass.
That's what I'm saying. Right now, just don't bring them in Saudi Arabia. Please don't.
How about just build the tension? Start breaking them apart. Start going after Dom slowly. Start going after JD McDonough. Start going after Carlito. Start attacking them.
Even better. Not attacking, but in their match, playing like a cryptic message.
Yeah.
Only their matches, only their promos. It's like, dude, why are you guys cutting us off? Boom, there's that message. Why did you guys like black out my match? Boom, there's a message. Like you have like that, just start like the rivalry because it's like you're not there physically, but you're there mentally.
And
So put it this way. Sorry.
yeah,
to interrupt.
no. Go ahead.
So put it this way. Raw. JD McDonough went to Braun Strowman and said, "We're after you."
Yeah.
Put it this way. What did they attack Braun Strowman? What did they destroy Braun Strowman? What did Damian Priest just destroys the guy? They beat him up so bad. Next thing you know, lights go off. Bam. Wyatt 6.
Nice.
Back up. Why not? Go after the monster.
I mean, he has a lot of history with a lot of them.
Yeah, that would be badass. I mean, for them to save him pretty much from there on, basically go after the Judgment Day versus the Wyatt 6. If the Wyatt 6 wins, that would put over them to the top at this point.
Yep.
Yeah. Honestly, I would like to see that. You were going to say something, by the way?
With the whole thing that, so Liv Morgan is now becoming the new member of Judgment Day?
She's going by association.
Probably, yeah.
I feel like they're going to kick out Rhea Ripley because Rhea Ripley's becoming a big face now.
I wouldn't say, so put it this way, I wouldn't worry about Rhea Ripley. That's going to be like when she comes back, what happened moment. Like,
yeah.
What did I miss? So, like when people talk, what's going to happen to Rhea? Nothing. She's out. She's gone. When she comes back from her injury, what happened, guys? Where am I at? Am I kicked out? Why do you bring Liv Morgan? You know what I mean? That type of moment.
And that revenge tour, she's trying to destroy everything that Rhea has.
Right. And she's trying to go after the title.
Yeah.
And what does Judgment Day want? They want all the titles.
I would say at this point, though, the way I see it is I'm going to just toss this little piece into there. She comes back, she gets mad at the fact that Liv's here, but it's like, yo, hold on. We're now facing them because there's 2 women in that faction now coming in.
Yeah.
You have Liv, but who's your second one? Rhea's going to be that second one because you need a powerhouse to take out like a Nikki Cross or to take out an Alexa Bliss. So that's why it's like,
so you're going to see they're going to coexist?
They're going to coexist down the road. Yeah, down the road, I feel like they're going to bury the hatchet and just say, you know what, look, guys, we'll fight for Dominic later. That's not important right now. Him and his wannabe Al Capone mustache kind of wannabe person.
What do you mean, Eddie Guerrero?
Eddie's a little thicker than after the conversation.
Shit.
But at this point, it's like, we're now going up against these guys. Put your differences aside. We just need you guys for one match. Make it count.
But that's the thing. That all depends on Rhea Ripley's return.
Yeah. When she comes back.
But I think that's going to be on till later because, I mean, it just happened, and I feel like she's probably going to be out till the end of the year.
It could be.
Yeah, so it depends on that. So we'll see. A lot of ideas, right?
Yeah.
Anything else for you guys want to add to this before I move on?
No, unless if it doesn't happen at SummerSlam, I think they'll do it at Undertaker's and Sting's debut at WWE, which was Survivor Series.
Okay. All right.
That's the only thing I could think of.
But that, even before that.
But that's the thing. If it's a Survivor Series, that'll be too long. I think fans would just get tired of it.
Oh, waiting too long. Yeah.
I wouldn't just go that far, but we'll see what happens. Alrighty, guys. So unfortunately, I got some bad news. So many injuries has been happening the last couple of days, unfortunately, to a lot of wrestlers.
Literally, man, just days. Like just back to back to back to back.
Back to back to back. And the Airy company, by the way. It's unfortunate. So let's just go on the WWE side and name a few. We got Bobby Lashley. Dang. We got Selena Vega. Dang. We got Asuka. Dang. We got Drew. Dang. We got Ivar recently from the Viking Raiders. That was kind of surprising. Dang. And we also got Drew McIntyre. Dang. And let's go to AEW side. We got Eddie Kingston that just got pulled out from a big match in Double or Nothing against the Elite. Dang. Yeah. Unfortunately, he got pulled out, but he did get a replacement, and that is Darby Allin returning right away, which was kind of shocking. I mean, he was supposed to climb Mount Everest. I don't think he's climbing Mount Everest anytime soon.
He meant Mount Everest of AEW, you know. All right.
Yeah, anyways. We also have Powerhouse Hobb.
Dang.
Big guy got injured, unfortunately. I like Powerhouse Hobb, man.
I like him too. Dang, that sucks.
He looks the part. He acts the part, man. It's unfortunate. The guy should get pushed in AEW, but that's another story for another day. This one kind of hurts me, man. The best friend himself, Chuck Taylor, is injured, but not only injured, guys. He's out. He's done. He's done in wrestling.
What?
Yeah, they announced. So that confused a lot of people because during storyline, they came out and said that, yeah, I put your friend out of misery. You know what I mean? He's out. He's gone. And confused people like, is this a work? And when people were looking into it, no, it's legit. He's done with wrestling. He got injured to a point. I forgot what part of his leg got injured, but to the point where if he has surgery, that's it. It's all over with. He may not have a career ever again. It's unfortunate.
He was such a young cat too, unfortunately, man.
Yeah, and honestly, dude, the whole best friend thing, I feel like they dropped the ball. They did it too late, this whole feud gimmick between them. If they would have done it a year prior, they could have had some good matches between the three of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate, man. God, I mean, it's just sad, dude. He was really young. He had a lot left in the tank. You never want to hear this kind of stuff, man. You really don't. It's like with Big E or with anybody, man. It doesn't matter, man. It's like you have a lot left in the tank, and it's unfortunate. People are like, who's Chuck Taylor? Who's that? Come on, man. We know who he is. We know as fans. It doesn't matter who he is. It's unfortunate. It should not happen to any wrestler, but it does. It really does. On top of that, there's still a couple of guys from AEW that are on the, waiting to return type of, from injuries.
Like in the reserves?
Yeah, we got Britt Baker that hasn't been seen in a year. Yep. We also have her partner, Jamie Hayter. The women's champion has been gone too for a year. And we also got the man himself, MJF, out of action. And he's been pretty banged up pretty bad. So we're not going to probably see him for maybe if we're lucky at Forbidden Door.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But that's the thing. Let's talk about this, guys. I'm gonna say this. Modern wrestling today is very acrobatic.
Yeah.
It's very more aggressive. It's very more high flying. It's very more landing in all type of positions. Landing on your feet, landing on your back, sometimes landing on your head. It's all part of the work. The issue is, I feel like this is definitely wearing down your body a lot more.
It is.
Yeah, because you didn't see this back in the day because they had a stricter style of wrestling, that old school wrestling, and you had basically some chops, some punches, some suplex. That's about it. And did wrestlers get injured? Of course they did. Shit happens. But nowadays you have more of aggressive style, and we're starting to see that these wrestlers are starting to break down a lot quicker. Injuries happen, right? But careers are lost. So what do you guys think, man? Like, is there any type of solution to all this? Do you think we should tone it down on both sides of the party? But then again, at the same time, the wrestlers, they should be given their own style if that's what they want. But they have to know the fact that eventually you're going to break something, man. Eventually you're going to hurt yourself. Eventually it's going to be game over.
Well, that's the thing about wrestling nowadays is that we're down to the point where there's not that many people with different styles anymore. Everybody wants to do that high impact move to just catch a flash. And, here's a picture of me doing a backflip somersault and landing outside the ring.
To get that cheap crowd pop. Yeah.
But one, you're taking away from the fans the fact that, you're not trying to display a circus show.
Oh, yeah.
You're supposed to display a show that people can remember.
Yeah.
A match, a story. Two, with you doing all these things, you're taking too much on your body. You're not retiring at 50 or 60. No, you're going to end up retiring at 20, 30, probably even close to 40. Most of you.
And that comes from the oldest man in the game.
Yeah.
He's seen it all.
And I've seen it all. I've seen a lot of things that have happened. A lot of people who have been injured by careless moves. There's a guy who got injured, paralyzed because of a bad power driver.
Yeah.
Another one whose neck got messed up because he tossed him and the guy landed on his neck badly.
Yeah.
And he's out for a long.
Remember what happened to Draws?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Look at Draws, look at Big E.
Oh, yeah.
So the problem.
Big E just recently said in the post, talking about his girl, but he was like, my neck may be broken because it still is broken. My heart is full.
Chuck Taylor right now. Chuck Taylor, Daniel Bryan, Edge. Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, look at Stone Cold, like barely. And Stone Cold had to change his whole wrestling style because of that injury.
To adapt.
Daniel
adapt.
Bryan changed his wrestling style to adapt.
Yeah.
To
Same
adapt,
thing with
yeah.
Edge.
All of
Yeah.
them.
all
So
of them.
the thing is,
Yeah.
right now you have to start thinking, what do you want to do more? Do you want to have a long, successful career that people remember you for, or do you want to be the guy that people are going to remember saying, well, he ended up being paralyzed?
Let me add something real quick. Chris Jericho told Will Ospreay, "You got to tone it down." When he was younger, saying all these moves, all these crazy moves is nice and all, but you got to know when to give it and when to not. Because if you're gonna keep doing this, you may not last at 30. That was Chris Jericho back to a young Will Ospreay, and that was very smart.
Yeah.
Because honestly, his style of wrestling is crazy, but it's also not long lasting as well. So there's also another example. AJ Styles has changed his style of wrestling recently. He's toned it down more in the acrobat and just started doing more of that old school type of style of wrestling, but yet still give a high flying maneuver here and there. I think that the way you should go about is save that stuff for pay per views, your moment, your big moment, make it count. But in the other shows, just tone it down a little bit. It doesn't mean you could not do your big pop moves, but you don't want to get that cheap pop every single night, every single match.
Because they're going to bore them.
Yeah, that, and it's at some point, it's not rememberable. No, we're just going to remember, oh, nice. 5 seconds later, what happened? I forgot about that move because we have so many wrestlers doing it. At that
It's
point,
like that super kick. Everyone's doing it now.
super kicks, spears. This is getting ridiculous, man. It's a trend that we've seen for years, and we're going to see the downfall of it, and I think we're starting to see it. Yeah, we're starting to see it. You want to add something to this?
Honestly, the only thing I can just sit here and say is again, as always, don't try going for the cheap pop. I have noticed a lot of wrestlers, especially like in the older ones, like the late 30s, early 40s, or late 20s even, they're changing that style.
Yeah.
Finn Balor, one of them, definitely has changed his style since his shoulder injury. Seth Rollins as well, from all the people who's put on the shelf. He's like, look, man, I gotta tone it down myself. If I was to go another one, he never really did, but I can tell you he's actually toned it down. Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Randy Orton, from all the injuries he's received, he's like, look, I've changed it. I caught when he caught Hayes with the RKO. It wasn't as high as it normally is. He's now waiting for them to go like about the level of the table and then catches them really quickly. So it's like, okay, cool, you're not doing as much damage on your back.
Yeah.
The Miz, you know what? The Miz is great at wrestling. Regardless of what you say about him, regardless how you feel about him, I want you to name me how many times he's been injured. I want you to tell me how many people he's injured himself.
That's one thing. So but the one thing that makes
safest guys on the market right now.
I think the thing that makes Miz incredible is one, he always wanted to be a wrestler. You saw it when he was in the world and all that stuff. But the thing is, he doesn't have to do so many high impact moves because the Miz is a hell of a talker.
Not only that, but he plays up to the crowd. Because notice in his wrestling, he just plays with the crowd a lot. And that's what a lot of wrestlers should do, is have that style of playing up to the crowd. Like, you hate me? Do you? You love me now? You love me now? Like that type of stuff, Like do the moves like The Rock did. The Miz does. Who else? MJF does. MJF is a perfect example. He doesn't have to do too much high flying stuff in AEW, yet he's very over. Yeah. Very over. One of the top guys. And look at him. He is perfect for WWE style. He's still perfect for AEW style. Jade Cargill, perfect example. Does the strong type of maneuvers and somehow is very over to this day. And it works because they play up to the crowd. That is the one thing that a lot of wrestlers are missing these days.
Heck, I'll even say someone who actually toned it down. The Jey Uso. He used to always try to go for like that big pop move, always trying to drive over the top rope and everything. Doesn't do it anymore.
Because he plays up to the crowd. Yep. That is the thing. If you could play up to the crowd, you don't have to do all that. You don't have to go for those cheap pops. You don't have to go for those crazy moves just so people could cheer you on or remember you for at least a night and then forget about you the next night. You just got to play up to the crowd. It's really the psychology of wrestling. And that's what a lot of wrestlers don't understand.
And one more, Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, too.
Toned it down a lot.
But that guy's like up there in age. I'm surprised.
I'm just saying, like, as like every 5 years, I want to say every 5 years, there's a different tone style for him.
Yeah.
At first, it was like the real fast, flashy, dashy. I want to run, kick you here, kick you there, get you ready for this, get you ready for that. And it's like you then started seeing him kind of just take it down a notch, take it down a notch, take it down a notch. And it's like right now, like even then, that's why I feel like he's wrestled for so long. Because it's like, cool, I know when my body's hit that peak, it's like, all right, cool, let me bring it down a notch.
Yeah.
Let me bring it down another notch.
The other thing about Ray is that if you ever look at Ray's wrestling pay-per-views, shows, and all that, you ever realize he doesn't do that many, like, he does have a standard moveset that he does.
Right.
But once in a while, you catch that flashy move that you haven't seen yet.
Yeah. He still has it.
Yeah. He does that, like, once in a blue moon thing because that's when you know people are going to be like, oh, damn, did you see what Ray did?
At a pay-per-view, though.
At a pay-per-view.
Exactly.
Same.
Keep it to the pay-per-views.
So the big ones, like
Same with Shawn Michaels. Shawn was trained Lucha Libre style. And Shawn Michaels did all these big moves, but he didn't do them at Monday through Monday.
Yeah.
Big pay-per-view shows is when you saw him do the ladder jump. You saw him do this. You saw him do that. When it counts. When it's gonna be something where people paid to sit there and watch you, and all around the world are watching you now.
Exactly. And that's a perfect example of how you should wrestle in general.
Yeah.
Like at some point, put it this way: when you're young, you have the ability to wrestle this type of way. But as you start getting older, learn the rest of the psychology of wrestling. Learn when to do it, when to not. Learn how to play up to the crowd, and this stuff is going to get you more successful as you get older. Get smarter. Don't work harder. I mean, in a way, you do work harder, but don't work your body harder. Just get smarter at other things, and it's going to help you. It's going to benefit you in many ways. And that goes for any wrestler out there, even old age at this point.
Yep.
Yeah, because there's still some guys that go crazy, like Jeff Hardy does, going on. Still trying to push himself when he shouldn't push himself at all. Yeah, like that guy needs to know.
Whisper in the wind? No.
Nah, no more, man. And Jeff Hardy could play a good heel. He's done it in TNA. But, I mean, Jeff Hardy's another story for another day. One interesting thing is that people have noticed, though, that Ricky Stark has not been on TV. And so when he's asked, like, hey, where you at, man? He goes like, well, guys, I don't know what to tell you, but I don't know why they're not using me, man. AEW doesn't want to use me right now.
Stark, Miro.
Oh, yeah, Miro's one of them.
Stark, Miro. Let's get another list. Because doesn't AEW have like 200 some odd active wrestlers on the roster?
Right. But I'm going to put it this way, though. Ricky Stark is more of a homegrown AEW type of wrestler. And he's very charismatic, man. Because when he got into the scene, man, right away people noticed him. And yeah, they did compare him to, he's just a 99-cent version of The Rock. Which, yeah, you could say it's an insult, but at least people are noticing you. And he does have that charismatic. He's also friends with Cody Rhodes, by the way. Best friends. He was spotted at WrestleMania.
Yeah, he was. Wasn't it 39 or something like that?
No, it was this year.
Oh, 40, okay.
Yeah, it was this year. So that is the one thing. He's charismatic. He has the look. He has the wrestling style. He had a hell of a feud with Daniel Bryan.
Who was he training with from WWE recently? People are like, oh, this is confirmed now the fact that Ricky Stark is coming to WWE. Who? Jade, wasn't it? He was training with somebody that they took a picture and you saw like the WWE wrestler and Ricky Stark and everyone was just going crazy. Ricky Stark is going to WWE because of this.
I don't know, but I know he has a couple of friends in WWE. But that's the thing, though. That kind of opens the door of maybe this guy's going to make the jump pretty soon if they're not using him.
Don't forget what the FTC just said. There is no more 90-day rule.
Nope.
The U.S. government came in and said once you are released of your contract, any wrestler can go to any promotion going forward.
And that makes it so crazy because now you never know. You're going to have probably the Rick Rude effect again where Rick Rude was on Raw and then he was on Nitro at the same time.
Yeah. That would be crazy. Honestly, dude, I would love to see Ricky Stark in WWE because let's put it this way. Cody on SmackDown is nice and all, but there's not that many feuds out there. Ricky Stark plays a great heel. I would love to see Ricky Stark goes up against his best friend, Cody Rhodes, on SmackDown. Those promos back and forth are going to be insane because Ricky Stark is one hell of a promo cutter. Him against MJF on the mic was a classic. If you don't know, Go find out yourself, dude. They went back and forth, and Ricky Stark hold up his own against MJF. And we all know how MJF is on the mic.
MJF is good on the mic.
Yeah, but Ricky Stark showed him, like, I got skills too, brother. And I can hold my own. And he does. Imagine him on SmackDown. WWE, that's a great pickup, man. If you're looking at it, WWE right now, I mean, you're looking at it, Triple H, pick him up, man. What are you waiting for?
Absolutely.
Yeah, send him an offer.
The good thing is that they're doing it now, if he does move, because back in the other days, he didn't let him. They didn't get to talk. They had the script. You had to follow the script. Nash actually said it in an interview when he was talking on his podcast, and he said, what happened if you didn't follow the script? He said you actually got fined like 10,000 or something like that.
I believe that.
A good amount of money for not following. Nash is like, okay, fine me. I'm still gonna do what I gotta do out there.
Yeah.
And that's the bad part. One thing I always hate is that when you have a script, you ruin the other guy who could talk. You're taking away him just to make the other guy look good. My mind is, if you could talk and the other guy can't, then show that you can.
Yeah, that's true.
Ric Flair always said, to beat a man, you got to beat the man. Well, this time they're helping the man beat the man.
Okay, good example.
Very good example.
Yeah. Alrighty, guys. So that being said, on to the next report, and that is AEW views is dropping again and again, and now it's at an all-time low, which would be about 672,000 views. Alrighty, guys.
Dang, that's low.
That is low. All right, so, man, dude, that's like 5% down from last week. Look, man, I'm a fan of AEW. I really am. I really want this company to succeed. I really want them to be number 2 for WWE. When they first started off, it was awesome. It was great, dude. Honestly, in during the year they started off, we needed them.
Yes.
That year of WWE was fucking awful. It was. It was horrible. 2018, 2019, bad year for WWE. What memorable things happened that year? Maybe like Kofi Mania?
Yeah.
That was 19.
19?
Yeah, that was horrible. I mean, not Kofi Mania itself, but around it was bad. Yeah, it was a horrible year. And they came around and they turned around wrestling in general. They caused that boom. Honestly, when people say wrestling is cool, they don't give AEW credit because they helped it reach back to that popularity. They really did. So I know everybody likes to bash Tony Khan, and rightfully so. There's some shit that he does say that even I'm like, I can't defend this guy, man. And I'm not gonna go into a Tony Khan bashing.
That's a whole episode.
Yeah, that's a whole episode in itself. But I do like the guy. I do think he did great for wrestling. I do think the product is still good. I love AEW. I love the wrestling. I think AEW produces some of the best matches week by week. I really do. They have some of the best wrestlers right now in the world in their roster. I mean, we could name a couple of guys and you're going to be like, holy shit, they got all these guys? The issue becomes, though, is I want to say it's a lot of things. One is storyline. They have no consistent storyline going on week by week.
No.
We had the Elite versus Kenny Omega's team, right? Like the little feud, the Elite versus Kenny Omega's feud. We thought this feud was going to go a little bit longer, but all of a sudden it's going to end at Double or Nothing. It just started and now it's going to end.
And that's the thing, man. It's like the problem with Tony Khan, he doesn't know how to let a story marinate.
Yep, doesn't know how to let it slowly cook.
He just like, all right, cool, this right. I feel like he's one of those people that just puts like their food in the microwave for like a minute, and the outside is hot, but everything else is like, it's still dang good, man. I still hate it. It's like, bro, you were like literally eating ice. It's still good. Okay, man. Hey, if you say so. And that's just thing, like his philosophy, maybe there is really pouring out in his wrestling show.
I think because he lost the one person, the X Factor that made those shows back in the day. And that's the guy who currently holds the WWE Championship in WWE.
Cody Rhodes. It could be that.
Because Cody Rhodes had his dad's ideal of booking.
Right.
Look at when Cody was part of AEW and look at the matches. Look at the stories.
It was a little bit better, yeah.
You had that empty football field match.
Which was really good.
Yeah. You don't have that no more. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Actually, they're bringing that up. Double or Nothing.
Yeah, it's
They-
about
yeah.
time. But
But
look,
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, yeah. So look at the fact that when you get things, when you take things away from people that people loved, it starts killing your brand. Look at TNA when they got rid of the six-sided ring.
Mm-hmm.
People were like, "Why are you taking something that we wanted to watch?"
That and it's just at this point, man, we're getting tired of the WWE jabs. This has been going on since the company started, and it was fun. It was funny, but at some point, it's just like, here we go again, another jab. Or let's release the CM Punk footage. Yeah, it increased ratings, but not by a lot. Honestly,
And it only helps CM Punk in the sales.
yeah, it helped CM Punk eyes on him, and it did increase ratings for a week, and then it went back down.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. It's like they're going for cheap pops and viewerships. Now they're trying to sign in all the big wrestlers and try to hope for that cheap pop in viewership. But that's the thing. What is that going to do? That's going to empty out your revenue. That is not going to do any good if you're offering these guys $10 million contracts for like 2 to 4 years. That's not good for the company. That not only that, but that's not good for the morale of the rosters of wrestlers that you have. Your day one AEW wrestlers that are getting paid not as much as these outside guys or women coming into the company. That is going to start some bad blood between wrestlers and between managements. I mean, am I right or wrong?
You're right. And I'll still say what I said before. They gotta stop focusing on the big arenas and go back to what actually made them the competition back in 2019. Them small little 12, 15,000 people arenas and go forward from there. Eventually you're gonna get to the next stop. I don't, you know what? And at this point, you have like your big ones. Double or Nothing, you're All Out, All In, all that stuff. Have them at the bigger ones. Just like WWE does. WWE doesn't every single PLE. They don't put them out in a football field. No.
Yeah.
They know it's not going to sell. Cool.
No, of course not.
We know where to go when it's time for us to go there. I didn't have to, hey, you know what? Cool. Little one here, little one there, little one there.
To me, another concept they could do, you got that show, The Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
Why not take it to Japan?
Which would be actually a pretty good idea.
Because if you take it to Japan, you're actually walking into the Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
With them coming here, it's like, oh yeah, well, Japan, the Japanese wrestlers are coming to our home. Cool. But if you go to Japan, you're making it look like we're entering the Forbidden Door to compete against these guys.
Yeah.
So that's things and concepts that you don't look at are affecting you.
Yeah.
Like SG3 said a while ago, you have all these wrestlers that you put on contract, but where's Miro?
Right.
Why have we had Miro who had a big, So look at all the names that SG3 counted out, and it's like you have all these guys here.
Warlord has kind of just been destroyed.
So you have all these guys, but you're not utilizing them correctly.
Yeah, so put it this way, interesting thing is they actually moving to smaller arenas recently. I think the month of August before All Out, they're actually doing small arenas, what I heard. All In. All Out is actually moved back to the Now Arena. It was at the United Center last year. I was there. It didn't sell out, but it was kind of packed, but it didn't sell out like they expected. So now they're moving back to the Now Arena, which is smaller.
Good. That's really good.
Yeah, which I know they could sell out at that point. The only issue is this, and I said this last year, it doesn't make sense. Why have All In and then a week later All Out? You're okay, so All Out was your WrestleMania before All In. And then you brought back All In. Now that's your WrestleMania. So why still have All Out? Why have your A and then you have your B, but your B fans are not going to want to see it, not going to want to be there because they're all going to want to be at A. At All In. At that point, we'd rather see that pay-per-view than pay for this pay-per-view alone.
So what you're saying, they should probably put them far away from each other.
Far away or delete one?
Yeah.
Like Matt Hardy says, delete. Delete.
If you're going to have top four like WWE does, even WCW had 4 and TNA had 4 back in the day. WCW had Sold Out.
Yeah.
World War III.
Okay.
Bash at the Beach, I think was, or either Great American Bash, one of the two was their main one. And then they had Starcade.
Right.
You had those 4. TNA had Bound for Glory.
Yep.
That Wrestling Slammiversary.
Slammiversary.
That King of the Mountain one that they do.
You said Bound for Glory. There's one that's coming to Chicago.
Lockdown.
Actually. Yeah,
Lockdown was a big one for them.
Lockdown was one.
I forgot the fourth one, but TNA has four.
Against
also.
All Odds.
Against All Odds.
That's the one next month, by the way.
So you have to focus on creating your top four and keeping them separate from each other.
Right.
And having these small pay-per-views to build up to your top four.
Yeah.
So that's what I think though is you don't firstly too many free pay-per-views for AEW. It was cool when the concept first started.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you have a pay-per-view, a pay-per-view, a pay-per-view, a pay-per-view, a pay-per-view. Because some of them are on TV. Like you have some Wednesdays no longer on Dynamite.
Well, it's more like the old classic WCW style of wrestling they did back then. You know how they created house shows. Same thing with WWE did, like in your house.
It's like in your house, and that was again like the one was like again like they're doing right now with the house shows.
Right.
It was a random just put these two together. We'll continue storyline, see how it still works, see what happens. But again, with no storyline, with nothing there, it's just you're just literally fishing for nothing. You're fishing for a hope, a maybe, a prayer, and saying we got it this time.
So let me just put a little bit of a defense for AEW. April 20th, NBA playoff did start, as well as NHL hockey as well. By then, you started seeing consistently the viewership drop. That could also play a part to it.
And I mean, we do see it with Raw every single year when
Monday Night Football
does come back.
Yeah.
So this could be an issue because you don't know sometimes when they're going to do it because they have to constantly move. So it's like, cool.
Yeah.
We were on Wednesday, now you got to be Tuesday, now you got to be Thursday. So it's like we have to see, or you're going to be from TNT to True TV. So that can happen. All right, so that can also play a factor.
Yeah, because I seen it and people seen that it is steady. It started steadily decreasing. So that could play a factor. I mean, obviously, man, when it comes to playoff time, we're going to watch it. You know what I mean? But as fans, I'm going to watch wrestling still. But as NBA fans or Solon fans, you're going to watch NBA. You're going to watch NHL. I know right now they're starting to have their little, like, get heated, right?
Yeah.
I don't watch NHL. I really don't. So, or baseball. I do watch football. But otherwise, that does hurt the ratings. It does. It could play a factor. And let's merge this together with their TV deal coming up. So you guys heard that Warner Brothers are going to resign them, but nobody knows yet for how much, how long, or if they're even going to do it. They're still in that type of negotiation. Now, I personally don't know nothing about NBA. Maybe you do. So how is Warner Brothers looking right now with the NBA rights? No, that's a no-go, right? Woo, man. Okay, so put it this way. If they can't get that NBA right, at this point, does this look good for AEW?
Yeah.
Okay, because at that point, there's more like, as in Warner Bros. Like, shit, we lost it. We lost our big sports. Now we need our fallout one. What is that? Wrestling.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's put all our money into wrestling at this point. Let's offer Tony Khan and his company a shitload of money so they could push out more products out there so we could promote the hell out of it.
Actually, now, Warner Bros. With AEW having such a low score on ratings, that ball is going to be on Warner Bros. Court saying, hey, you know what? Either get your ratings up or we're going to actually pay you this much now.
So, interesting fact. I get that it looks low, but it's still pretty high when it comes to Wednesday nights TV.
Yeah.
I think they're still like in third or fourth place.
Oh, so it's still pretty good for Warner Bros.
That's the thing, though. When it comes to cable, everything's been shrinking. And that's also because everything is going to streaming, even sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it with the NFL. You're seeing it with the
NBA
as well. You see it with the other sports as well.
That's why the NBA accepted NBC's offer because it goes back to basic cable.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Because they know, dude, if the industry really is shrinking as it is, best believe if they were to stay on TNT even 5 more years, regardless of how good their product is, we're not really gonna buy it anymore.
Nah, not at all. They don't want to pay that extra money to get NBA. Really, I mean, honestly, dude, cable's dying. It really is, and these streaming servers are taking over. This is why WWE wanted to move to Netflix to test the waters, and then eventually, if it does well, guess what? SmackDown may go there. So it's NXT.
SmackDown maybe will go to Peacock.
I think NXT will go to Peacock.
I think both of them will go to Peacock.
Could be. or it could go somewhere else. We still got Hulu. We still got the other big Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
Why not?
Mickey Mouse will be special guest referee.
Nah, special guest
There
commentator.
They make the Mickey Mouse movie now, you know.
But I mean, in that case, though, man, when it comes to TV deals, if that's the case, dude, that looks good for Tony Khan. It does look good for AEW. It does look good as fans. Just they got to keep it rolling, man. If they're gonna get something big, give us something big, man. Give us better storylines at this point. Give us consistent wrestlers out there, man.
You know what I think has to happen. I think Tony Khan's got to take the pen and finally give it to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Plain and simple.
But that's the thing. You think he's gonna want to?
It doesn't matter if you want to. If you want to stay in business, you have to. Plain and simple. It's not that.
I don't think it's just Tony Khan. I think it's gonna be Daddy Khan to say, "Hey, you know what? This is my money. I put in it." So I think Tony Khan's dad is gonna actually put the pen on someone else's hand.
I think it's also backstage politics. I also think the Young Bucks have a saying in all this because look what happened with CM Punk. Yeah. Come on, man. You can't say the Young Bucks didn't have a say into that.
And look what happened afterwards.
Yeah.
The problem is, you have people who think they know what they're doing, but honestly, not that many have ever been bookers before.
You got a couple of legends in there. If you're not noticed, you have a couple of old school legends.
Ric Flair, Sting.
Well, you got Dustin Rhodes.
Yeah.
The guy comes from the Rhodes family. I'm sure he knows a couple of things here and there.
You have one of the greatest bookers in your area, known as Jim Ross.
And Anderson. JR, you said?
Yeah, JR used to actually. JR was a talent scout, and he used to, I think, book the matches at WWE back in the day. And you're not utilizing him to the best of your abilities.
I mean, like, I get he's up there in age, but God, man, I'm sure the guy would love to have that role.
He's still as sharp. He's still as sharp as a tag, man.
Dude, you guys ever hear his podcast? I mean, that guy's just on point every single time when he talks. I mean, the guy still has that brain. Hell, man, get Jim Cornette out there. Mm-hmm. He will love to get that company, man. Just give him a little piece of the company. Hell, let him feud with the Young Bucks. Dude, here's the thing. I guarantee you, Jim Cornette will love to feud with the Young Bucks. He would. He'll do it. Tiffy Time champion.
Okay.
We'll
talk about that in a bit.
Oh, yeah. Actually, let's just move into that, man. Tiffy Time, man. You guys heard about that video that she released?
People are fucking sensitive, man. I'm sorry for the way I said it, but honestly, people are fucking sensitive. That's all it is, man. When they laughed at it, people laughed at it. People are like, look, some of the people are like, look, man, it's just a random video, random song, that's it. Don't stop her push. Plain and simple.
Okay, so put it this way. I don't want her push to be stopped. Come on, man. But she had to know in this day and age, bro. You can't just put that shit out there, right? Like,
on the soft side, of course not.
Yeah, it's like, but that's the thing, though, man. Like, yeah, we may think that way. We don't know her intentions. I'm sure it was an accident. I would hope to say. We also got another comment. Survive. AJ Styles, the real king of the ring,
bro. Okay.
Okay. I mean, he's not in there, but yeah, in an alternate universe, I will like that person.
I don't know. I was like, I don't.
Yeah.
He will love
Personally, as a fan, I would love AJ Styles to be king of the ring, although he only has a few years left. I really do want to see him get another title. I really want to see him get the U.S. title.
Or even Intercontinental. Why not? One last run.
One last run is Intercontinental. I would love to see that. He should. Or the tag team.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not, man? You got a bunch of guys there that will love the tag team with AJ Styles.
AJ and Randy would be a great tag team. However, let's go back to Tiffy.
So, Tiffy Time. Thank God it's not over. It doesn't look like it, although she lost to Bianca. Do you think that had something to do with the whole video? Or do you think Bianca was going to go over the whole time?
I think Bianca was going to go over.
I think that too.
Again, him and I were having a conversation in the green room, and I told him, look, dude, WWE already has a lot of winners. I feel like Zach the Max Boy, LA Knight's going to win the Money in the Bank. Tiffy's going to win women.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right, so we're going off predictions. I can see that. I do still think they're going to push her. There is no backlash. WWE did not respond to anything. I mean, backstage, there's no heat.
No.
There were some rumors that there was a bit of heat, but in the end, they proved that no, we have no heat with her. Like, nobody's mad. Nobody's really, like, you know.
And it's just
because I don't think it was intentionally bad. But at the same time, there's just some stuff you're not supposed to put out there nowadays. And it's unfortunate, but that's just the day of age of internet. Another comment out there. Do you believe Selena Vega will return? Yeah, of course. I mean, but who knows with their injury at this point?
She's gonna return, but she's gonna return. She's not going anywhere. She's coming back.
She's gonna return to the LWO. If they're still in LWO.
So, little thing is that her and Kevin Owens had a conversation where she was like, Kevin, come on over. LW Owens or whatever. And Owens was like, I'm up for it. I'm down. I'm game.
We'll
see what happens.
A non-Hispanic in the LWO.
Why not, man? You see
he's a Canadian. What is that? CWO?
LCW?
I mean, Latino Canadian order.
Why not?
I do think Selena Vega will return, but she's on our injury list. So unfortunately, she just recently got injured. I don't know how long she's gonna be out. What's the severity of the injury and all, but it's unfortunate, man. She does have a lot of charisma on her. Yeah. You can still do a lot of manager roles with her, but who knows if she's gonna return or if there's gonna be an LWO at that point.
True.
But if they want to sell merchandise, why not? Yeah. But as far as Tiffy Time, anything else you guys want to add? Because thank God it's not canceled.
I was just about to say, thank God it's not canceled, man.
But there's some stuff you got to watch out for as a wrestler. You can't just throw stuff out there, man. Because look at so many wrestlers that got, in trouble for that recently. Yeah. You got to be careful with social media. You got to be smart. Really, you got to have what is it called? Public.
You got to have somebody who's going to approve your posts and basically public figure.
Public figure, that's what I'm looking for. Like someone to approve it. Hey, maybe reread it,
Was it Drew McIntyre defeated Punk? It's loser. He deserved this guy to psychopath.
They say that CM Punk is running from Drew McIntyre. What do you guys think, man? You seen the feud. What do you guys think? You think Drew McIntyre is right? You think CM Punk is running away? Every time CM Punk goes from one side, Drew follows, he runs over there. He goes over here. He can't find him. He doesn't want any piece of Drew McIntyre. What do you guys think? Now, man.
For now. And it's just like, you know what? It protects both of them. Mm-hmm. You're having some great promos. You're having some great microphone work. You're having some great just moments.
Dude, if anyone's going to go against CM Punk, dude, Drew McIntyre is the guy, dude. His promos are just insane. His promos kind of break the fourth wall, which is nice.
Social media, non-social media, out at the arenas or not at the arenas, it's going great.
Whatever is trending, Drew puts it on the mic.
Yep.
You notice it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything that's trending for that week, he puts it on the mic. He makes it work, and he makes it sound natural.
I actually like how some of these wrestlers are actually commenting on social media posts about themselves.
Yep.
Yeah. Honestly, dude, I think Drew going heel and letting him do his own thing has been really the gift of 2024. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the best thing, dude. Like, by the end of the year, we're going to say that Drew McIntyre is really the wrestler of the year.
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. I do hope he gets his title back.
I do hope so, too.
Yeah, because honestly.
Like he will. I think they took it away from him just to give Damian Priest, the rights.
Yeah.
I feel like Drew's bound to win it again.
Okay.
I see it.
One more thing. Jerry the King Lawler is out of WWE, right? Well, contract-wise, commentary. But he still has a legend deal. Recently, Dutch Mantel has said that's probably due to health issues that he has.
I believe it.
Yeah, I guess he suffered a stroke in 2023.
Yeah, back in the day before that too, he suffered a stroke.
Yeah, but
don't forget the heart attack in 2012.
Yeah, well, this 2023 one, I didn't know.
No, I mean neither.
Yeah, so apparently he suffered a stroke and then had to have surgery.
I just feel at this point with Jerry not renewing to do commentary anymore, it's best. For your health, for your family, for you to just sit home and just say, you know what, man, I could just come in when I want to, get my hero pop, my icon pop, go back home, and I'm okay.
Yeah, he's up there in age, dude. Him and JR.
Yeah.
Like, as much as I love JR, him and Jerry the King Lawler are past their prime. And they have a lot of health issues because JR also was in that issues. Recently had a bunch of health issues. So, unfortunately, their time is up. But Jerry the King Lawler still has a Legends contract. I'm sure he's going to pop up time to time again.
Video games.
He's going to get all that type of rights.
Yep. For those like A&E shows and stuff like that.
He might have his own podcast. I don't know. Like all these wrestlers, all these commentators.
They're retired?
Yeah, they all have their own podcast, man. I can't follow all of them. I didn't even know Dutch Mantel had a podcast.
The only one that follows so far is
I know you follow Kevin Nash.
Kevin Nash.
I hate that.
Well,
old
reason
ass.
why I follow Kevin Nash, and it's because me and Kevin Nash have something in common.
You guys suck.
No, his
Just messing with
both
you,
of
man.
his parents died when he was young.
Yeah.
So when his dad and mom died, I lost my mom, and he was like in one of the episodes. I'm listening to him, and he starts talking about how he lost his mom, and he lost his mom at the world title reign that he had. He had to do a pay-per-view.
Yeah, I remember hearing something about that years ago.
And they asked him, okay, your mom just passed. What do you want to do? He's like, I had to put the show on. He's like, I got to go out. I got to put on a show.
Yep.
He's like, it's the only thing I can do right now.
He also lost his son.
He just lost his son because of alcoholism, where his son gave up drinking cold turkey. But it's still like it did an effect on him.
Well, yeah, you can't just go cold turkey. That's what they tell you.
No.
Never to do that.
So, and then he lost his best friend in Skull Hall.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this guy's mind is not where you believe it should be because, honestly, he's... Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I've always respected his opinion because I feel like when he talks about certain things, he does make sense. And sometimes no. Like, I know there's hate, but there's always going to be hate about it.
No, dude,
Listen to Jim Cornette.
Yeah, but he bashes. Look, put it this way. Jim Cornette gives you an actual wrestling logic reason why why he doesn't like AEW in his product. Kevin Nash, no, it sucks. That's it. Like,
And
literally,
it's
that's
funny
it.
that he would say that because when he was first starting, he used to actually say that him and Austin would catch the shows and comment about how good it is. I like this guy, but he needs to do this. Or I like that guy, but he needs to do that.
But recently, it's just been bad, dude.
I
Like,
think-
yeah, recently in general, dude. I think his podcast, because there's a lot of quotes from there. It just looks like he's kind of giving up.
Yeah, controversy. I feel like he does it just so that people could come back and listen to it again.
I don't listen to it
Because
anymore.
listen to the fact that
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I believe he does it just to get people's attention.
That can happen.
But I mean, as fans, though, we want to hear more logical reasons. That's why we go to Cornette. That's why we go to Austin. That's not a good way to go about it, man. Because we're kind of just like, cool. Like, this guy sounds bitter now. And I know he does that to WWE too. I'm not gonna say he doesn't, but it's like it's not a great way to do about it anymore. I feel like he's kind of losing it when it comes down to mic skills. And he's a good talker. I'm not gonna say I never say he doesn't. He may not have been the best wrestler. That I never really enjoyed his style. But when it comes to the mic skills, when it comes to him cutting a promo, he's one of the best. I'll tell him that. One of the best that WCW had to offer at the time.
The other guy that I listened to is Mick Foley.
Oh yeah, he's a good podcaster too. Yeah.
Exactly. Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, guys, let's just wish Jerry the King Lawler the best. Hopefully, he gets out. Wish anybody else as well the best out there, man. Especially all these injured wrestlers, man. Let's just hope they get through it and all. Either way, man, this has been the Madness Wrestling Report. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys at home. Thank you for the comments, watching, liking. Please like, subscribe, tune in whenever we're on. We're also do live pay-per-views. Remember that. Either way, if you guys have nothing else to say.
For King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring.
Oh yeah, that's pretty soon, by the way. Yeah, you better show up.
Is that early in the morning or?
Yeah, because it's.
Yeah, it's around 12, man.
So should I turn that back to you and be like, you better show up? I'll be awake.
Look, man, just brew the coffee and I'll show up. All right.
It's all that matters, man. Coffee's number one.
Coffee's
Hey, man, old man drinks coffee and beer at the same time. We got this.
Man, your old ass get drunk off of one beer, man. Shut up.
Oh man, my old ass gets drunk just by sniffing it.
I was about to say, you wake up and
Damn.
That's it, man. Hey, he holds a beer. I'm drunk. Either way, guys, this has been the Madness Wrestling Report. Thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe, but we'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace, love.